Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 2. It ended, and the morrow brought the task. Her eyes were guilty gates that let him in by shutting all too zealous for their sin. Each sucked a secret and each wore a mask, but oh, the bitter taste her beauty had. He sickened as that breath of poisoned flowers, a languid humor stole among the hours, and if their smiles encountered he went mad and raged deep inward till the light was brown before his vision, and the world forgot. Looked wicked as some old dull murder spot, a star with lurid dreams. She seemed to crown the pit of infamy, and then again he fainted on his vengefulness, and strove to ape the magnanimity of love, and smote himself, a shuddering heap of pain. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 4. All other joys of life he strove to warm and magnify, and catch them to his lip. But they had suffered shipwreck with the ship, and gazed upon him sallow from the storm. Or if delusion came, 'twas but to show the coming minute mock, the one that went. Cold as a mountain, its star-pitched tent stood high philosophy, less friend than foe, whom self-caged passion from its prison bars is always watching with a wondering hate. Not till the fire is dying in the grate look we for any kinship with the stars. Oh, wisdom never comes when it is gold, and the price we pay for it full worth. We have it only when we are half earth. Little avails that coinage to the old. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 7. She issues radiant from her dressing room like one prepared to scale an upper sphere. By stirring up a lower, much I fear how deftly that oiled barber lays his bloom. That long-shanked dapper Cupid with frisked curls can make known women torturingly fair. The gold-eyed serpent dwelling in rich hair awakes beneath his magic whisks and twirls. His art can take the eyes from out my head until I see with eyes of other men. While deeper knowledge crouches in its den and sends a spark up, is it true we are wed? Yea, filthiness of body is most vile, but faithlessness of heart I do hold worse. The former, it were not so great a curse to read the steel mirror of her smile. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 15. I think she sleeps. It must be sleep when low hangs the abandoned arm toward the floor. The face turned with it, now make fast the door. Sleep on, it is your husband, not your foe. The poet's black stage line of wronged love frights not our modern dames. Well, if he did, now will I pour new light upon that lid, full sloping like the breasts underneath. Sweet dove, your sleep is pure. Nay, pardon, I disturb. I do not? Good. Her waking infant stare grows woman to the burden my hands bear. Her own handwriting to me when no curb was left on passion's tongue. She trembles through. A woman's Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 14. What soul would bargain for a cure that brings contempt the nobler agony to kill? Rather let me bear on the bitter ill, and strike this rusty bosom with new stings. It seems there is another veering fit, since on the gold-haired lady's eyeballs pure I looked with little prospect of a cure, the while her mouth's red bow loosened shafts of wit. Just heaven, can it be true that jealousy has decked the woman thus, and does her head swim so much for possessions forfeited? Madam, you teach me many things that be. I open an old book, and there I find that women still may love whom they deceive. Such love I prize not, madam, by your leave. The game we play is not to my mind. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 12. Not solely that the future she destroys, and the fair life which in the distance lies for all men, beckoning out from dim rich skies, nor that the passing hours supporting joys have lost the keen-edged flavor which begat distinction in old times, and still should breed sweet memory and hope, earth's modest seed, and heaven's high prompting. Not that the world is flat, since the soft-learning creature I embraced among the children of illusion went. Methinks with all this loss I were content, if the mad past on which my foot is based were firm, or might be blotted. But the whole Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 11. Out in the yellow meadows where the bee hums by us with the honey of the spring, and showers of sweet notes from the larks on wing are dropping like a noondew, wander we. Or is it now, or was it then, for now? As then the larks from running rings pour showers, the golden foot of May is on the flowers, and friendly shadows dance upon her bow. What's this, when nature swears there is no change to challenge eyesight? Now, as then, the grace of heaven seems holding earth in its embrace. Nor eyes nor heart has she to feel it strange. Look, woman in the west, there will Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 13. I play for seasons, not eternities, says nature, laughing on her way. So must all those whose stake is nothing more than dust, and lo, she wins, and of her harmonies she is full sure. Upon her dying rose she drops a look of fondness and goes by, scarce any retrospection in her eye, for she the laws of growth most deeply knows. Whose hands bear, here, a sea-bag there, an urn, pledged she herself to aught, 'twould mark her end. This lesson of our only visible friend can we not touch our foolish hearts to learn? Yes, yes, but oh, our human rose is fair, surpassingly. Lose calm. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 10. But where began the change and what's my crime? The wretch condemned, who has not been arraigned, chafes at a sentence. Shall I, unsustained, drag on love's nerveless body through all time? I must have slept since now I wake. Prepare, ye lovers, to know love a thing of moods, not like hard life of laws. In love's deep woods I dreamt of loyal life. The offence is there. Love's jealous woods about the sun are curled. At least the sun far brighter there did beam. My crime is, that the puppet of a dream I plotted to be worthy of the world. Oh, had I with my darling helped to mince the facts of life, Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 9. He felt the wild beast in him between whiles so masterfully rude that he would grieve to see the helpless, delicate thing receive his guardianship through certain dark defiles. Had he not teeth to rend and hunger too? But still he spared her. Once, have you no fear, he said. 'Twas dusk, she in his grasp, none near. She laughed, no, surely, I am not with you. And uttering that soft starry "you," she leaned her gentle body near him, looking up, and from her eyes, as from a poisoned cup, he drank until the flittering eyelids screamed, devilish, malignant witch. And oh, young being. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 8. Yet it was plain she struggled, and that salt of righteousness feeling made her pitiful. Poor twisting worm, so queenly beautiful. Where came the cleft between us? Whose the fault? My tears are on thee, that have rarely dropped as balm for any bitter wound of mine. My breast will open for thee at a sign, but no, we are two reed pipes, coarsely stopped. The god once filled them with his mellow breath, and they were music till he flung them down. Used, used. Here now the discord-loving clown puff his gross spirit in them, worse than death. I do not know myself without thee more. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 6. It chanced his lips did meet her forehead cool. She had no blush but slanted down her eye. Shame nature then confesses love can die, and most she punishes the tender fool, who will believe what honors her the most. Dead, is it dead? She has a pulse and flow of tears. The price of blood drops as I know, for whom the midnight sobs around love's ghost. Since then I hurt her, and so will sob on. The love is there, it has but changed its aim. O bitter, barren woman, what's the name? The name, the name, the new name thou hast won. Behold me striking the world's cowards. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 3. This was the woman, what now of the man? But pass him. If he comes beneath the heel, he shall be crushed until he cannot feel, or, being callous, hapely till he can. But he is nothing, nothing. Only mark the rich light striking out from her on him. Ha! What a sense it is when her eyes swim across the man she singles, leaving dark all else. Lord God, what mates the thing so fair? See that I am drawn to her even now. I cannot be such harm on her cool brow to put a kiss. Yet if I meet him there, but she is mine. Ah, no, I know. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 1. By this he knew she wept with waking eyes, that at his hands lay quiver by her head. The strange low sobs that shook their common bed were called into her with a sharp surprise, and strangled mute, like little gaping snakes dreadfully venomous to him, she lay stone still, and the long darkness flowed away with muffled pulses. Then as midnight makes her giant heart of memory and tears drink the pale drug of silence, and so beat sleep's heavy measure, they from head to feet were moveless, looking through the dead black years by vain regrets scrawled over the blank wall. Like sculptural effigies they might be seen upon their marriage tomb, the sword between, each wishing from the sword that severs all. George Meredith, Modern Love, The Promise in Disturbance. How low when angels fall their black descent, our primal thunder tells, known as the pain of music that nigh throning wisdom went, and one false note cast wayful to the insane. Now seems the language heard of love as rain. To make a mire where fruitlessness was meant, the golden harp gives out a jangled strain. To like revolt from heaven's omnipotent, but listen in the thought, so may there come conception of a newly added chord, commanding space beyond where ear has home in labor of the trouble at its fount, leads life to the intelligible Lord, the rebel discords up the sacred mount. Modern Love by George Meredith, Sonnet 5. A message from her set his brain aflame. A world of household matters filled her mind, wherein he saw hypocrisy designed. She treated him as something that is tame, but at other provocation bites. Familiar was her shoulder in the glass through the dark rain, yet it may come to pass that a changed eye finds such familiar sights more keenly tempting than new loveliness. The what has been a moment seemed his own, the splendors, mysteries, dearer become known nor less divine. Love's inmost sacredness called to him, come, in his restraining start. Eyes nurtured to be looked at scarcely could see a wave of the great waves of destiny, convulsed at a checked impulse of the heart.